So I'm back in my office. I got the ring. I'm gonna show it to you. I was kind of thinking like I'd do a video about it. I'll just kind of give you the abridged version. Give me a minute. Abridged version of the video I was thinking is like this cool little lesson that I can find about it. Okay, so this ring is not perfect. Can you see it? Probably won't focus well. The point is, it's missing a stone. It's sterling silver, and it's not really worthy of the person I'm giving it to. But it's the ring, and it's a token, because we're both moving in different directions together. Does that make sense? We are both going towards an outcome. We're going to cover some ground together, right? She's doing a wedding venue, and I'm assisting with that. I'm not in charge of that, and we're not going to tack my LARP site onto that. I'm doing my own thing, bringing the money home and giving it to her, mostly, except for the parts that I want to keep to buy the cool creative tools I'm going to get, and useful stuff, not just to have stuff to use. I'm going to buy all that, and I also like to help people. When I have a chance, I give money to people when I can, and I want to give money to a lot of people. I want to help people pay their mortgages and grandiose thoughts, right? Right now I'm working retail, but I'm living on 12.5 acres, and there's some resources here that I'm not taking because they're not mine. But I have a foundation and a groundwork to really be myself. I have a comfort that I was waiting for, and I have love, I have support, I have good friends who, while we are all flawed, we try. And that's all people need. I mean, you're always going to get sideswiped by stuff. Life happens. People fuck each other over by accident. But it's not a big deal if we're all trying to do better. And my hair is so fucked up today, guys. I got a haircut yesterday. I'm still trying to figure out how to wear it. I used to have my head shaved for 20 years because it was too expensive to pay for my own haircut, $10 or something. My knees came last, and I let it be that way. And when I didn't want it to be that way, I would argue about it. I'd say, well, listen, you guys are screwing me over, or you're screwing me over. Really not my son. It was my ex, and she wasn't screwing me over. I was screwing myself over, and I was trying to... We were in competition in a weird way, and we drained each other. We limited each other. She's a great person. She has huge capabilities, and she could be a powerful, powerful person to help people. And she is. Even no one's 100% broken except for the worst, not the worst people, but the worst lives, that don't get the help they need and don't find it somewhere. All the point is when there's an open door, try to go through it, even if you don't know what it's going to go to. Because, I mean, look at the whole thing. It's math, right? The Monty Hall problem. Okay, you got 3 doors, right? You know what's behind. Well, actually, you pick one. You pick one, and you have a 33.3 whatever percent chance of being right. But then Monty Hall or whoever else says, hey, here's what's behind this door. It's a goat. So now you know that one of those doors is wrong. One of the 3 doors, the one you didn't pick, one of the 2 that you didn't pick is wrong. So you may be on the wrong door right now. Right? So by simply switching doors and saying, well, okay, this wasn't work. I'm not sure right now. I can increase my confidence in my decisions by simply changing my decision. I can go to the other door that hasn't been spoken about. By doing that, mathematically, and it's so weird, you gotta watch videos. I can't give you that video right now. I don't have the graphics, I don't have the way to really explain it, but there's some really good videos out there on the Monty Hall problem and why it's true. So by changing doors, you suddenly go from having a 33.33% chance, etc., of being right to a 66% chance of being right, because you know one wrong already. So by picking between 2 doors instead of 3, your odds went up. Sometimes you got to find all the wrong doors and then just go through the right one, or go through one that's a little better, and then eventually you might find yourself in a room where there's a better escape route. So that's kind of what I've done my whole life. I've gone up that hill twice and millions of times, and I always run over things by accident and miss them as I'm passing. I'm like, wow, that I remember now. Shit, if I'd picked up that thing, I could have. Who gives a shit? I'm just that way. I run. I go everywhere, and I'm a fat guy. I was a fat guy. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm still losing weight. I'm a few pounds over my goal weight, but I was 200 pounds or so heavier than I am now at that point in my life because I was miserable. And I don't know. Combination of diabetes, complete and abject misery, poverty for a few months, and then eventually certain willpower helped me lose that weight. And last time I checked, I wasn't diabetic anymore because I kept pushing, and you just have to keep moving forward. Listen to like Johnny Butt. It's a great song. Listen to Johnny Butt, man. Starting in that dark place. Maybe he didn't learn a lesson, but you just keep pushing, you get somewhere. So that shitty ring is a token, and she knows that. There's a piece missing. There's one diamond that we couldn't get replaced. I tried to get an emerald, but they couldn't find one that small in the short notice because we just want to have a ring. So we can say, look, we're getting married, even if there's still some paperwork because I have to get residency in the state. But there's a window of opportunity to do that before our wedding. And we're going to have a ceremony no matter what. Even if we can't get the paperwork right. We're going to Dragon Con, and we're going to have a wedding. We're going to have a great fucking time. And I got time off during a Labor Day sale at work that you don't get time off for. I told them, hey, if you want to keep me after my wedding, give me this time. I'm going either way. Because I have almost nothing to lose anymore. I've been in points in my life where I was just completely, totally miserable, and I felt like there's no way out. But I'm alive. Johnny Butt kept pushing on even though he was barely alive. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to not get knocked down. You gotta just get the fuck back up. Maybe take a while. Take your time. Do it right. But the second you're bored with being down, the second you're miserable being down, even if it's not boredom, force yourself up. And then you can never lose. You can live. You can have a good life. You can have a good life. And nothing lasts forever. And maybe we'll learn all these lessons, and it's just one character we're playing, but we have to go back and play a new character later. And it's miserable again, and we have to find our way back, and we don't remember what we learned. New character, new levels. Or maybe somehow, overall, our lives will get better. Maybe there is reincarnation. Maybe there's heaven. Maybe people who want heaven can have it. Other people just want to keep playing the game. It's like, who the hell knows? Maybe it's science. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's spirit. Maybe it's life, physics. Maybe it's inevitability. It doesn't matter what the frickin' metaphor is for reality. We're here. We're queer. And it's okay. Everybody is a little weird. So back to, there was another piece I wanted to do today, like on this last piece before we get ready for cooking and dinner. I'm waiting for the dishwasher. It's going to be a while. And it's okay because it'll time out right. I'll be done with dinner when everyone's actually ready to sit down. We're going to record our first session just for us. And maybe if it's good, we'll put it online. Like kind of like I'm just throwing this shit online today. Fuck it. If people judge me, people say, oh, he had that spit thing on his mouth. He's going like this all day. It's pop, pop, pop. It's so gross. And he's got pasty skin and messed up hair, and he's sweating, and he's freckly, and he's got blue eyes. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. He's a shithead. He's a douchebag. He's really trying to manipulate us. He's not actually trying to be helpful, or any of the fucking negative shit that haters or people who are coming from a perspective of fear will have. That's useful stuff. So we get that shit out and we address it. Okay? I'm not going to change who I am. Look, am I losing hair? I don't think so. I've had this, I think it's just a thinning, or maybe just the way my hairline works right now. Does it matter? No. My fiance finds me sexy. That's the first time I've ever felt really, truly sexy. When I was 18, I think I looked pretty good, but I wasn't sexy because I had no confidence. I was putting a person ahead of me on a pedestal. And it turns out, the kind of person that I was attracted to literally hates being put on a pedestal. That's the way to ruin that relationship. And I found someone who's similar to the person I'm with. A shadow, if you will, or a reflection of the person I'm with. Their soul, right? Same kind of soul or same perspective, country they live in a way, the mentality that they exhibit in their own way, because every person is different, even though people might have like a territory they flow to, they return to. The kind of person who I would love, the person who makes me better, doesn't like to be put on a pedestal. And I did that. I was dumb, but I didn't know better. I'm not going to beat myself up over that, because guess what? I found someone who matched me better. Someone who wanted the same things I wanted. Not exactly the same. They made what I wanted better, and I made what they wanted better. You know, she wasn't going to do the wedding venue until retirement. Okay, well, how do you know you're going to get there? To retirement. Like, anything could happen. But in the meantime, let's just do it. I mean, if there's a way for you to do this with a business proposal and actually get a loan instead of having to pay out of your own pocket and abdicate your responsibility towards your family, because you have one. Everyone has a family, and everyone has responsibility to someone, even in themselves. Like, for example, I have to work on my diet. I eat like a 4-year-old or an insect sometimes. I love sugar, and that's what gave me the diabetes. But now I'm more active, and I'm eating less of it. I'm eating more healthy stuff in addition. But I certainly don't need this cake right here.